Hello, my name is Margaret Swendseid, and I'm with Thrive Southern Lorain County. Welcome to another one of our Mind, Body, and Spirit videos today. It's part of our Thrive mission to help people in this part of the county improve their nutrition, their activity levels, and social and emotional well-being, but also to help reduce the risks of diabetes, heart disease, and obesity. I want to thank Dave Conklin and all of you students here at Wellington High School for making these videos possible. You do all the taping, you do the editing, you're learning a great trade, and thank you so much. We're very grateful. I'm very pleased today to welcome Lorain Ksiasek, who is Executive Director of the Lorain County Office on Aging. Welcome, Lorain.
Thank you so much for having me today. I appreciate it.
She's going to be talking about a very serious subject, which is the reduction of SNAP benefits. But before we start, Lorain, could you tell us a little bit about your background?
Sure. So I have lived my entire life here in Lorain County. I've never not lived in Lorain County. I'm a social worker by trade. I have a master's degree in social work. I have a bachelor's degree in psychology. And I live right here in North Ridgeville. I've been the director for about 5 years of the agency, but I've actually been with the agency for 12 years, almost 13, and I started as an intern. So
No kidding.
It's been a climb. It's been a climb. Yeah.
Wow,
Yeah.
excellent.
Yeah.
Well, could you tell us what SNAP stands for and what is actually happening in Ohio with SNAP?
Sure. So SNAP stands for Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program. It's formerly known as food stamps. And what has happened here in Ohio is, at the very beginning of the pandemic, the government, we had to make a lot of changes in order to support our community. A lot of people were losing their jobs, and there was a lot of uncertainty, economic uncertainty in our country. So the powers that be, the federal government, expanded supplemental nutrition assistance program benefits, as well as Medicaid benefits, because Medicaid benefits is also being unwinded here in the next month or so. But they added an emergency, public health emergency additional allotment. So folks were getting their normal SNAP benefit allotment at the beginning of the month during their normal day that they would get their allotment. But then towards the end of the month, everybody was getting a second allotment, so that they were brought up to the highest level of SNAP benefits that they could qualify for with that additional allotment. What is going to be happening starting in March, and we're in March now, is that folks will only get their first allotment. So the emergency allotment have stopped. So folks will be going from, like, a senior on the minimum SNAP benefit is $23 a month. But those individuals so anybody on the minimum level was getting an additional, emergency pandemic assistance. So seniors went from $23 base a month to $281 base a month.
Unbelievable.
Now starting here in March, they're losing $258 a month on average in SNAP benefits. And just for an example, a household of three, they're losing upwards of almost $300 to $400 a month starting in March. So the unwinding of the SNAP benefits is poorly timed. We do understand that the federal government, the public health emergency will end on May 11th. And we understand that we have to start unwinding a lot of these programs and policies that we had in place during the pandemic. But it is very difficult timing considering our inflation and things of that nature in our community. But that is what is going on, is SNAP benefits are going to be reduced across the board. This is a federal law change. And therefore, folks can't appeal this.
They cannot whatsoever appeal.
They cannot appeal this at the local level because it is a change in federal law. Yes. Yeah.
How many people do you think in Lorain County are impacted by this?
So as of November of 2022, the Ohio Department of Aging, the Ohio Department of Job and Family Services will say countywide how many SNAP beneficiaries are in each county, and in Lorain County is about 35,000. So 35,000 individuals will be impacted by this.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow, that's a lot of people. There's also another role in this in terms of Social Security Administration provides a cost of living increase in benefits, correct? Almost every year, something
Usually.
like that.
Yeah.
How will that, if that goes up, will that impact their SNAP benefits?
Yes. So that is what we call the benefits cliff. So I can give you a
The
little
benefits
cliff.
cliff, okay?
And you go off the cliff, I mean, literally. So what has happened is, yes, so those on Social Security, mostly our older adults, they did receive a very handsome 9% increase in their cost of living. But, and so on average, that's giving people about 120 to 140 extra dollars a month to spend. But what that also does is if your income goes up, your public benefits will go down. They are directly correlated. And at some point, if you go above the income threshold for a program, you're completely cut off of it. So let me give you the example, and we see this all the time with our clients. We have a client that might come to us and say, well, I was getting QMB. QMB pays the Medicare Part B premium, $160 a month, we'll just for round numbers. So if the QMB cutoff is $1,000 a month for sake of an argument, and somebody gets a cost of living increase and their income goes from $980 to $1,010, they're cut off the program. So they gain $30, but they're losing $160. So that is what we call the benefits cliff, and yes, that is happening. So yes, on top of inflation, and on top of the emergency assistance ending, we also have this cost of living increase that has already dropped folks' benefits. So overall, people are going to be losing a significant amount of money every month that they would use to cover their food costs in their household.
Boy, that's pretty tragic.
Yes.
Beyond just the economics of it, I understand that SNAP benefits really help
Yes.
people's nutrition,
Yes.
improves their health,
Yes.
but also reduces medical costs. Is this all
Absolutely.
true?
Yes, absolutely. So here in Ohio, 64% of SNAP households have minor children in them. And 40% of SNAP households have a senior, someone over the age of 60 in their household. From 2014 to 2018, SNAP benefits in the state of Ohio lifted 279,000 people out of poverty in the state of Ohio, allowing them the money that they need to meet their nutritional needs. But also, according to the USDA has done research, and for every dollar of SNAP benefits spent, it generates $1.50 of economic activity in our economy. So there is an economic impact, a positive economic impact to the SNAP program. And additionally, older adults on SNAP are less likely to make decisions about, do I take my medication? They're more likely to take the full dosage of their medication. We've heard these horror stories how older adults choose between eating and medication.
Right.
They're true. They're true. Maybe they're not as dramatic as we might think, but they are very true. So I know that there are older adults out there that might make their medication last a month and a half or 2 months so that they can eat. But some of the other things is that those that are adults that are on SNAP benefits have a 25% reduction in annual medical costs because they are just healthier
That's
in general.
phenomenal.
And
Wow.
this is even higher for adults that have cardiac health issues. If they are on SNAP and have access to healthier foods, their medical costs go down. So, I mean, that is another wonderful positive of SNAP, but obviously the biggest one is it reduces food insecurity. Someone that is food insecure at any given point in the month, do they worry about their next meal? Do they worry about how they're going to afford their next meal? We have about a 13% food insecurity rate in Lorain County. But SNAP and the idea of being food insecure leads to poor health outcomes, more depression, more anxiety. For older adults especially, they struggle with their activities of daily living, which that could be bathing, dressing, toileting, ambulating in their home. So we have seen that older adult SNAP beneficiaries have these better health outcomes because they have access to the healthy food that they need.
Yeah, that sure makes sense.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Well, what is Lorain County Office on Aging doing anything to meet these rising needs? You anticipate these rising needs, and what other agencies might be doing.
Absolutely. So we have known pretty much since the beginning of the pandemic that eventually these programs and these special rules and policies would have to eventually unwind. And so we have been thinking about that, but Second Harvest Food Bank, which is the food bank that serves our local area, it serves Lorain County, but also a couple of other counties to the west. They have been preparing for this for a long time. They have been, starting to stockpile whatever they can. Now, of course, we also have another problem, as Julie Chase Moorfield, the CEO of Second
Sure.
Harvest, said yesterday in an interview with the Chronicle, is that we are also they are dealing with inflation and a higher cost of food. So the food bank has to buy their food to store their warehouses to then stock pantries. So they're facing higher costs of food, but they're also facing a decrease in donations. Folks are just not donating enough because they don't have the money to. And these retailers, we used to get a lot of retailers, Walmart, China, you can think of it, they would donate food to the food banks, but we've also been having a lot of supply chain issues. So the retailers don't have what they normally have in stock. So donations are down, food costs are up, but despite that, Second Harvest Food Bank has been working diligently to prepare for this. They are planning to add some additional drive-through food pantries throughout the county, so that we want to try to make it, as much food accessible to people as we can. And then the food pantries, the individual food pantries throughout the county, yes, we are prepared. My office, we have a food pantry. We've been trying to, kind of keep our stock up, making sure that we have the things that we need, because we know we're going to be getting an increase in folks needing help from us.
Well, we're in the southern part of the county. Obviously, we're in Wellington. What are some of the local agencies or organizations doing to meet this increase?
Yes, so the southern part of Lorain County is actually a wonderful community. They're quite, they're tight knit and they take care of each other. So a lot of the churches in Wellington, the surrounding areas, have hot community meals, and those are available to anybody. My southern office, our southern satellite office, we always have a list of the community meals, what days they are, where they're at, hours. We have all that information. So if folks would like to know more about the community meals, they can give my southern office a call, which is 440-647-0777. And then there are 2 food banks here in Wellington.
Right.
There's Well Help, and then there's St. Patrick's Helping Hands. And then if you take just about a 10-minute jog north into Oberlin, there's Oberlin Community Services. And I have to tell you, their food pantry and their food bank services are incredible. They have an incredible food bank. They do a fantastic job. They serve hundreds of people. So that is another resource that I would definitely encourage folks in Southern Lorain County to reach out to. And we also know that as SNAP benefits are reduced, the money for food has to come from somewhere. So just keep in mind, Oberlin Community Services has, emergency rental and utility assistance with their case management. The Lorain County Office on Aging, we also have emergency rental and utility assistance for people over the age of 60. So if folks are experiencing struggles with covering utilities, rent, and also their food, reach out, call the social service agencies. We are aware that this challenge is in our community, and we are ready and poised to help.
Great, thank you. I mean, this is terrific. Could you give us, again, repeat the phone numbers for both the Wellington as well as your Elyria
Absolutely.
location, and then also your website address so that people can get in touch with you?
Absolutely. So our website is www.lcooa.org. And on our website, we actually have a contact us button. You can contact us through email 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. Or you can give our main office in Elyria is at 440-326-4800. Or our southern office, if you're here in southern Lorain County, 440-647-0777. And you will get routed to the staff member that would best be able to assist you. And again, we're here. Please reach out to us. We're here to help.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Lorain, for providing such a terrific resource and for helping seniors in all of Lorain County.
Yes,
So you've really given us a lot of information.
It is our pleasure.
Great, thank you. And I also want to say again, thank you to Dave Conklin and his class of digital media students for making this possible for us.
Yes,
Thanks.
yes. This is really quite cool. So I'm really excited
Really.
to be a part of this and let students, kind of learn a trade. So this is a wonderful service that Wellington High School provides the community. So thank you very much.